Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Jack Rieger Productions. Today I'm going to talk about something a little different. Let's talk about then and now. How you would have thought about stuff back in the day and how it's progressed in the future. You'd be like, holy crap, what the hell's happened in the last 30 to 40 years? Anyways, the first thing I was going to talk about is cars. In the 1970s or the 1980s, I remember cars being very big, had chrome bumpers. People say today, what's chrome? They had, most of them were rear-wheel drive. Some of them now, most of the stuff is front-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive stuff maybe like on Mustangs and things like that. But the radios were different. Back in the day, you had the radio with all the little numbers on it, and you actually had to turn the knob to get the thing to 98.5, 101.7. Then you had these little black buttons that you could set the station and press it. Like you could go, I'm 98.5, pull it out and push it in. I want to put it on 850. Like that was all high tech back then. Now you preset everything. You have satellite radio. You have auxiliary cords. You can play from your phone. You could play from a flash drive. Like, what's a flash drive? Okay, anyways. That's another thing. The second thing we talk about, computers. Back in the day when Apple made the first Macintosh, that was the coolest thing. It had its disk, the big floppy disk back in the day that went in there. Not like now. Some people say, "What the hell's a floppy disk?" Now you don't even have disks. Stuff is saved on flash drives. I mean, you have some that might have a DVD writer or a CD, but back then, please. And you had the green screen with the little flashing cursor, and your eyes would go out of your head like that. Oh my God, no wonder why I need glasses, because I started with my first job reading that crap back in the early 90s. Another thing about computers. Back then, it's like, I don't know if you had email. You might have started email at some point in the 80s, but now, obviously, the internet. What's that? You can look online and see what the score of the baseball game is right now. You can look at all news anywhere in the world. You could look at, you could go to Amazon and order a shirt, pants, whatever, online with a click of a button with your credit card. You mean you didn't have to use a catalog like back then? No, you didn't. Are you kidding me? I think we've come pretty far when it comes to that. Another one now we're talking about right now is a cell phone. It's like the computers in your hand too. You can do a lot of those same things, order stuff online, go online. You have all these apps to do stuff. You can do your banking. You can look, you can get navigation system. What are you talking about? Navigation from sky, satellites to see maps as it happens? You mean I don't have to look at a paper map like I did in 1985? Okay, I think that's progress, don't you? Believe me, this phone has saved me many times when I've driven somewhere and like, where the fuck am I? And it's like, you know what? Press it and get going. And then it follows you right where you want to go. And even an idiot like me can use that. Okay. Let's see. Another one is books. You actually had to have a physical book. Now you look at it on your iPad, you look at it online, look at it on your phone. Everything's digitalized. Back then, digitalized, please. The only thing that was digital back then was a clock. Let's see. Another one. I mean, some of the styles were funny when you had those really skinny ties in the 80s. Those were pretty sad. That's when I was in high school. I had one, sorry. Fashion code was not very good on my count. But some things, though, back then were better that today are not as good. For example, getting back to cars, chrome on the bumper, were just like really well made. Now everything is cheap and plastic. That's not as good, basically. I don't know, I'm throwing up on myself. Sorry. Can't think of anything else. Maybe if you ask a question, you can. All the 3 people that have watched this awesome video. They say, why do you do the videos? I said, because I have fun. I love doing them. I try to be entertaining. I know I'm not always entertaining, but every once in a while I am. Like out of every 10 things that I try to be funny, if I hit on 2 of them, I'm doing pretty good. And I like to do the sports videos because I love sports. I think I know a good amount about it, and I try to educate people if they're interested in watching. Alrighty, have a good night. I appreciate you watching, and take care.